Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than Sister Rebecca Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We are very excited on behalf of myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast to have a conversation with you today. First of all, what inspired you to start a children's magazine?
What inspired me was it started a long time ago when in the final call there used to be a coloring page for any of us that's that old. But there was only one coloring page, and I come from a large family of 14 children. So, everybody didn't get a chance to get that copy or get to color it. But then that page disappeared out of the final call. I don't recall when or what year that disappeared, but it did. And, fast forward to me getting married and having a child of my own, I saw that while trying to teach him Islamic studies in homeschool, that there wasn't much of a resource to give him outside of just constantly repeating our biographical sketches that we have or pulling from our books, but from a child to be like, oh, look at that, it's amazing. It wasn't too much I could give him. And I was an artist, praise be to Allah, blessed me with the skill of drawing. And then it made me think about the magazine, Highlights magazine growing up. It had so many activities and stories and pictures and things in it. And I kept praying to Allah, what do you want me to do? Because if anybody who follows me on Instagram, you'll see I have lots of pictures on Facebook. I have lots of illustrations of Nation of Islam, pictures of MGT and FOIs and things like that. But I just kept asking, what do you want me to do? Because I was going to give up. It wasn't fulfilling me. And so what inspired me was all of that combined. I said, I want to teach my son Islamic studies. I want to use my artistic skill. I want something for him that continues on and on and on. And boom, he spoke to me when I was waking up early in the morning, and he said, a magazine. Put it together.
Okay. Wonderful. Yes, ma'am. And both of my sisters, Miriam and Aima, say Assalamu alaikum and peace, family. And where can we get this magazine?
It's on Torch. Now that's funny. I don't even have my website up. If you go to my Facebook is Rebecca Muhammad. I have it pinned to the top. I have it's Torchlights magazine dot something. What is it? It's with square, but it's pinned to the top of my page. It's also pinned to the on my profile on Instagram under Vibe Sister, VIBESISTA. My website for that is on there. So you can go to either of those, Rebecca Muhammad Facebook or Vibe Sister on Instagram, and you can find the link on there.
Yes, ma'am. And what is the magazine? What is it about?
Well, here's the cover. The magazine or magazines, because inshallah, I want to do more than one, and I want to continue. They're all going to be about various things in the Nation of Islam. The first one is going to tell the story of Master Father Muhammad, of all the information we have, very, very factual, nothing made up, but from the time he was born up until when he met Elijah Muhammad. And it stops there because I got to save some of that juice for the next magazine. And so it just illustrates his story when he was born, his mother and father, no pictures of his mother and father, but just, for instance, in a final call newspaper article, Minister Farrakhan says his father was a jet black man. So you'll see a hand that's jet black. And then his mother was a white woman from the Caucasus Mountains. So you'll see a hand that's a Caucasian. And then you'll see him, which I'll show that little sneak peek of that picture, that one picture, so you can understand. I just want actual facts. So there's a cutie Master Father Muhammad cartoonish, and there's his mother's hand and his father's hand. And then it gives a story based off what I pulled from Minister Farrakhan, only based off of our biographical sketches in the final cause. I didn't want to make up anything. For our children to have historical references that's illustrated that excites them, so you can teach them in homeschool and any other, avenue that you want. And also in there, it's also puzzles. And if you ever had a highlights magazine, there's stories. My stories have moral endings. There are puzzles. There are activities you can cut out. It's a variety of things, but it's all Nation of Islam, Islamic studies, something that they could be excited about.
Amazing. All praises due to Allah. And my sister Miriam says, our children need this. Beautiful baby Master Farah Muhammad is too cute. And my sister Naima says, this is beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, wonderful. Yes, ma'am. And you're saying go to Vibe Sister on Instagram and what on Facebook?
Rebecca Muhammad.
Okay,
Rebecca Muhammad. Yes.
Okay, great. Yes, ma'am. And I've had the honor of interviewing your father, Brother Nuruddin. Shout out to him. What was it like growing up with 13 siblings? What was that like growing up?
Okay, I thought that was going somewhere else. What was it like growing up 13 siblings? There's always somebody to play with. I'm gonna say that. There was always someone there. There was never a moment you had a moment to yourself. It was an experience. To answer your question, what was it like? There was always someone there. Unless you ask a different question.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And because, so I've spoken to plenty of people who come from big families. Some of them want to reproduce big families, and some of them go the other way. What is your decision?
It really depends, because after growing up in such a large family, if you would ask me before I got married, the answer was I just want one child. I'm not gonna, it was like this spell that was trying to be cast on the children. You're gonna be the one to follow mother. It was done to all of us, because my mother, I believe she had 10 siblings, if not 15. I can't remember the exact number, but hers was very large. And so she basically adopted that and had 10 plus my other siblings, which makes about 13 of us. And so it was always put on me, because they say, you look like your mom, so you're gonna be the one to have the 13. And I'm like, nah, it's not gonna happen. But I mean, now I would love to have a plethora of them, inshallah one day. I only got one of my own, but 2 bonus daughters, but I would love to have a lot more. So, yeah.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And for children who grow up in the nation, we've all had to make the decision at, 16 or 18 or wherever it is, but once you are FOYNGT age, some make the decision to accept the teaching, some don't. What was it about you that made you want to, accept the teachings?
Well, when I was a teen, I would say I started to wonder if I wanted to or not. And that had to do more so with being born to parents who were, I think my father more so my mom, but he was prior to 75. It was like the end of it. And that era of being born to parents in prior to 75 was really hard on us children. Anybody who knows, it just wasn't the best experience, to be completely honest. And I didn't want to be in the nation for a small little window. And I thought about going to the church. Every time I thought about it, in the back of my head, even though my experience of being in the Nation of Islam wasn't the best, the back of my head said, there ain't nowhere else for you to go. This is where you need to be. And I just kept arguing back and forth with myself. And when I went to college for a small window, I did deviate. Absolutely. And I wasn't registered then, but that's not an excuse. But I did deviate. So after experiencing the world for that teeny brief moment, and the world is a horrible, cruel place. when I came back with all my lumps on my head, I finally, after listening to Minister Farrakhan, I don't remember if it was a believers meeting or if it was a lecture that he was giving, but in this particular message he was delivering, he said, when you pray sincerely and throw your hands up in the air and ask him to forgive you and be really sincere with it, and he will, and then you can start over. That moment was my turning point moment, and I believe it may have been like 2004, because I think I got registered right after that. But yeah, I threw my hands up, I prayed, I cried, all the different things and asking for forgiveness, and then I got registered right after that. So taking my lumps, coming back, listening to the minister, that is what made me come back into the Nation of Islam, because there was nothing in the world. I tried it. There's nothing there.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And your story sounds very similar to myself and many others who, grew up in the nation, went away, and then came back. So that seems to be, continuity with a lot of our stories of people who grew up in the nation. My next question for you, ma'am, is: once you came back, did you come back in Louisiana, or did you go? This is Phoenix?
I didn't come to Phoenix until 2000. I can't even remember when I got married. 2007. Lord, I can't even remember when I got married. 2007, I believe I got married.
Okay.
But I came into the nation in 2004 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I got registered in Louisiana at the mosque there.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So old, I feel like all my memory is just gone. You asking me to go 20 years and 10 years back. But yeah, I got registered in Louisiana. I got married and moved to Phoenix, Arizona. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And what was it like in Baton Rouge?
Now, everybody's experience is different. Maybe I blocked out all the bad things with my experience. You asked specifically about the mosque and being a Muslim. Okay. I loved it. There was lessons to be learned and interactions to have to deal with to realize that you were treated a certain way. But when it all comes down to it, the people are not what's going to stop you from coming. You are what's going to stop you from coming. You going to deal with all kind of people. Because people are just a mess. But if you let them be your reason, no matter what they are doing to stop you from being in the mosque and to stop you coming to the nation, whether you got checked and they checked you a little too rough, whether you came into your class and answered a question and they dished your question, at least that's what you thought they did, they dished your question, or if you let that stop you from coming, then you're never gonna come. You're gonna find a reason for everything. So my experience in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I have a lot of good memories. I have a few bad memories, but overall, I loved my experience at the mosque in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I'm good.
Yeah. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And what is it like being in Phoenix now? How do you like it there?
When I first came to Phoenix, Arizona's mosque, I was coming from a little old bitty mosque in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and it was all family and everybody knew everybody. You went to everybody's house. You knew they churn. You probably babysat them and everything like that. And then I came here and I went from being, I know everybody, to I'm this number. I felt like I was just a number. That was my initial. It was so many people here. I mean, coming to a mosque meeting and it's like 40, 50, 60 people just, in there, and you just falling in MGT class, going from 5 sisters to 40 sisters. It was an experience. Coming here, I learned that there are 2 types of people, no, 3 types: California, Arizona, and Arizona. That's what's here in this city. And then of course there are these randomly placed believers. There's so many of them from all across the nation that is in Phoenix, Arizona. But them was the 3. I had to learn that. I had to fall into that point. So it was difficult at first, which is why earlier when I said, if you let people stop you from coming to the mosque being your excuse, then that's on you. That's not on them. but I addressed it, and I'm happy I'm here. I love everybody that's here. My experience is great. You will always have issues, but try to resolve them. That's all I can say for that.
Yes, ma'am. Beautiful. And thank everybody who continues to like, share, subscribe to People's Podcast. I can't wait to put this on YouTube. The Most High Missiles Farrakhan spends a lot of time in Arizona. Have you ever been able to present your work to him and let him see like the magazine and things like that?
No, but I wish to God I get that opportunity. I right now trying to get the orders, and just so everybody know, there are only 54 left. After that, I not saying I won't reorder or restock, but right now there are only 54 left. And when I get some, inshallah, I will try to get it to him. I don't really know how to go about that process, but when they get in my physical hand, then I'm gonna try to get it to Mother Khadija, inshallah. Fun fact, I literally used to live across the street from them. I'll say like that. And that blew my mind when I first moved here. And I'm like, oh my God, staring out my window like a peeping person at the back and stuff, seeing the brothers here and there. And I was like, this is so exciting. But, you know, I'm no longer in that spot anymore. But I would love to get him a copy. I would love to get Mother Khadija a copy. And as soon as they all get in my hand, I'm going to do whatever I can to do that.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And the story, as a writer myself and someone who's been, you know, heavy in theater and productions and bringing characters to life, the story of the Savior, Most High Elijah Muhammad, and the Most High Missiles Farrakhan, those three stories can be told countless ways, countless.
Endless.
I think that it should be told from the children's viewpoint, from film, from movies.
Oh, yes, I would love
television. We these stories should be told for sure.
Absolutely. I would love to see somebody do a stage, you know, like how Medea, okay, tell stories.
I'm familiar with Medea.
Or even better yet, her name is Issa Rae. And if anybody follow Issa Rae, she started on YouTube doing Misadventures of an Awkward Black Girl. And she was just with a little old camera and some friends. And now she has blown up and she has her own show, Insecure, and she's here and got her own production company. If someone wants to start with YouTube, not I, but if someone wants to start with YouTube and do a teeny little web series, there's this thing on YouTube with Black web series. I don't remember the name, but if you type Black web series, you'll see Black people are doing it. But if someone in the nation wanted to do something like that and shoot with their sister friends and brother friends in the city, you know, big cities like California, and do some cute little web series with Nation of Islam stuff, start small and then it blows up and you can monetize it as well. But yeah, I'm gonna stick with illustrating the stories. I want to do animation. My goal, inshallah, if that is his will, I want to get to the point where I can be a director or a producer and do animations, pay people to do animations for me and create things like Studio Ghibli quality. If anyone knows Studio Ghibli, I love his movies. But right now I'm gonna stick with this because it's endless material for me to illustrate for our children.
Wonderful. Praise be to Allah. And we want to make sure that we go to Vibe Sister on Instagram and Sister Rebecca Muhammad on Facebook. Both of my sisters are saying they love Issa Rae. My sister Naima said that would be a great gift idea for Savior's Day. People just showing you love. Thank you all very much. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. Sister Rebecca, I have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. Hold on 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right. If you all would like to be a sponsor of the People's Podcast, please, we're grateful for every sponsorship, every donation. Thank you all very much. Please cash app the People's Podcast. My brother Rashad, Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. My sister Naima, Stay On Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country. We love our tiny dancers. And right here in the studio in Atlanta, Georgia, Rod Communications. If you are writing a book and you need copy editing, project management, media development, or content development, please reach out to Rod Communications. Student Minister Robert L. Muhammad, conflict mediation, squashing beef in the Southwest region. He does a phenomenal job. Thank you very much. His wife, Sister Fudia Muhammad, Children of the Most High, giving birth to a God in the science of child rearing. Fashion Gods, 314-329-6009. They'll keep you fresh, keep you dripping with the latest in men's and boys fashion. Asiatic Minds, virtual school, teaching STEM to young kings and queens all across the country. AsiaticMinds.com. Thank you to Sherry. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you anywhere in the country. Also, Sister Karima Muhammad, the maven of real estate, 470-779-3759. If you need any real estate information, please reach out to her. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad, COVID-19 disinfecting cleaning services. My father's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Thank you all very much. And right back to our sister, Sister Rebecca. What is the name of your magazine again, ma'am, please?
It is Torchlights Magazine, and this title of it is Our Savior Has Arrived. That's what the title for the first one is. And I did put the link for what the name of my website is in the Zoom, because I should have did that earlier.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No pressure. Okay. My next question for you is, what advice would you give to future mothers?
Future mothers. Oh, before you even think about having a child, think about where and how do you plan to educate this child? Because to wait till after, that's a no-no. Don't do that. Consider who's going to teach them, where they're going to go, what they're going to learn. Plan for possible what ifs. Like, what if my child comes out with a learning disability? Have I accounted for that? You just plan it from the rooted to the tootie. That's all I can say. Don't wait till it comes out to figure it out, because then you like, where's my village to help me? And your village, like, I didn't have this baby. Not that you shouldn't have a village. I'm just saying, like, don't put it all on everybody else. Plan it from the beginning to the end before you conceive. That's my advice to y'all.
Yes, ma'am. And what advice would you give to future wives?
To future wives, pick right. That's all. Pick right. I picked right. Crazy. So I'm so happy with my husband. I am so happy with my husband. Ask Allah. Ask Allah to help you pick right. Like, sincerely ask him to help you pick right. That's a whole story for another time. Me and his meeting. That's definitely. This is my soulmate. This is my God mate. I mean, man, I picked right, y'all.
Praise be to Allah.
Don't pick him based off of his looks or what he have. Not that he shouldn't have nothing, but really pick him if he aligns with your mission and goal in life, or if he can help you fulfill that mission and goal in life. And if you can help fulfill his mission and goal in life, and if everything is on the same page, and I do mean children, how you're going to teach those children, when you're going to have those children, where y'all going to live, if you want to move, if he want to move, who in charge, who's submitting, what y'all going, y'all roles or whatever. There's no hard roles, but we got roles. Just all I can say is really, really vet and pick right. Pick right. I've seen too many pick wrongs. Pick right.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am. And what type of music do you listen to, ma'am?
Oh man, R&B, old school R&B all day, every day. Okay. But I'm trying to get better. Not that it's bad, but it's not the best. So I'm just gonna be honest, what I'm doing today. All of the music that I used to listen to, and I love me some R&B, some Avant, some Music Soul Child. Just
okay.
And I like some of the stuff now, but I don't like the words, because if you plan on having children, putting that stuff in your head, it goes into you and it goes into your child. So what I decided to do, and I got me a hot mix called my God mix. I took all the hottest music that I would normally exercise with, took all the just instrumentals, and I put it on top of Fear, Fate, Truth. And so that's what I listen to. My music today is Fear, Fate, Truth with a little bit of that, you know, when it's up, then it's up, but not the words, just the beat. I listen to just the beat. Some Twister, but just the beat. Some Yin Yang, just the beat. I'm just being honest, because I had to get off of it. I was like, I got to exercise, so I'm going to listen to it. And I was like, no, Rebecca, it's just God mix, just Minister Farrakhan. And I love that mix that I made. It's so bomb. I listened to over 100 times already.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, I can imagine hearing the minister's voice over some Twister talking about the bull in the street with Twister in the background. That's amazing. Okay, great. And you might be the first person that actually mentioned Twister who wasn't from Chicago. So that's pretty cool that you know about Twister. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mimi said, my sister Miriam says Twister and Fear, Faith, and Truth with a combination. And Sasha Smidget says she needs your mix.
My mix is hot. I got Chris Brown on there, JB Fox. What's the I say Yin Yang, Twister, JB Fox. Even that Leave the Door Open song. I got that on there, but the words ain't on there. Mind y'all not gonna be hearing the words, but it's so fresh. Even who the people, that dude that's married to Cardi B. I got Cardi B on there. But it's I love my mix, y'all. It's fresh.
Okay, great. Well, one more time, and moving forward, Sister Rebecca, you know, Brother Nuruddin is, you know, he's somebody who was one of my best interviews, and he was just very kind. So now I feel like his children are connected to, you know, to us in a way, because I got to meet your father or whatever. So if you want to come back on anytime you're doing another project and a future project, feel free to reach out and we'll make it happen. Once again, where can we get the children's magazine?
You can get the children's magazine on, first of all, you can get it at torchlightsmagazine.square.site. Or if you follow me on Instagram, my tag is Vibe Sister. And if you're on Facebook with me, it's Rebecca Muhammad.
Excellent. Praise be to Allah. And Sister Sasha Smidget says, with Silk Sonic ? Drop the link to purchase and she will purchase. Okay, for your mix. I'm sure y'all reconnect each other on your mix.
I'll put the link. Just inbox me on Facebook. You can have the link. Anything to get you off them lyrics, you can have my link. Yeah. And I just so everyone know, this is not going to be the first. My goal is to do 3 a year, because that's just me. I don't really have a team. It literally is me from start to finish. And so Savior's Day, 4th of July, Holy Day of Atonement, those are the 3 dates I want to start with. So 3 dates, 3 times a year.
Wonderful. We look forward to reading it, supporting it, and I look forward to my copy so that I could make sure that I, you know, hold it up and promote it as well.
Yes, sir.
And my sister Miriam is telling me, Brother Joshua, get off the lyrics. She's being funny. Thank you, Mimi. I'm like, okay. Well, I want to thank everyone for watching. I'm about to put this on YouTube. Thank everyone who likes, shares, and subscribes to the People's Podcast. Thank you, Sister Rebecca. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off of the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, man.
Wa alaikum salam, sir. So